Good morning, people. Welcome everybody to the first edition of Mati Podcast. This is the last evaluation of the course, and we are only one step to vacation. So I really hope you are fine and happy. Well, today's program we are going to discover in Canada. I will tell you about some facts, their history, organization, attraction, and I'm going to try to make you understand why the things are like they are. So, with all the spirit on the world, we are going to start. Before that, what is Canada? Well, it's one seriously huge place, the second biggest country in the world, measuring 4,600 kilometers from north to south and 5.5 kilometers from east to west, composed by 10 provinces and 3 territories. In 2021, more than 37 million of people live there. The capital of the country is Ottawa, from Ontario, but the more populated cities are Toronto and Montreal, with 2.6 and 1.6 million of people living there respectively. At the present, the language used in the public service are English and French, but native language is also recognized. Only the province of Quebec have more French speakers than English speakers. But in the territories, the population uses their native language and they are respected for the government, so this is very admirable. Another admirable fact about Canada is that it is a member of the Commonwealth of the Nations, a voluntary association of 54 independent and equal countries. It is home to 2.4 billion people and includes both advanced economies and developing countries. The members work together to promote prosperity, democracy and peace, amplify the voice of small states and protect the environment. Canada's economy is based on service and manufacturing industries and their natural resources. Canada has always been a trading nation. But Canada was not always what we know today. In the past, the Europeans who went to the land were not very respectful with the native people. They call them Indians because they think that they are in the south of India. The European exploration began in 1497 with the expeditions of John Cabot, who was the first to draw a map of the east coast. This also was the beginning of, like the rest of America, one of the genocide more important and sad to humanity's history. In 1604, Pierre de Moix and Samuel de Champlain formed the first European settlement on St. Croix Island. In 1608, Champlain built the first fortress at what is now Quebec City. In 1701, the French and the Iroquois people made peace for the first time between colonized and Aboriginal people. So, they started to collaborate in the vast fur trade, forming strong economic, religious and military bonds in their first 200 years for coexistence. In the 1700s, the British and French battled for North American control. The British defeated the French in 1759, making the end of the French Empire in America. Following the war, the British formed the province of Quebec, or province of Canada, where the French-speaker people, known as Canadians, strove to preserve their way of life in the British Empire. In June 1812, the United States launched an invasion to Canada, but the Canada defense, made of British Canadians and the First Nation, defeated the American attempt. After the war, the present-day Canada-USA board was formed. From 1864 to 1867, representatives of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and the province of Quebec, or province of Canada, worked together to establish a new country. They create two levels of government, federal and provincial. The Dominion of Canada was born officially on July 1st, 1867, with 4 provinces, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Quebec and Ontario. But the province's expansion of the Dominion was very fast. On 1870, the province of Manitoba and the territory of the Northwest Territories was joined. On 1880, the Arctic Territories. On 18 and 1908, Yukon Territory. On 1905, Alberta and Saskatchewan. On 1949 was joined the last province, Newfoundland and Labrador. On 1999, the last territory of Nunavut. That's how they considerating the current Canada territory. So Canada are composing by the province of Ontario, Quebec, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Manitoba, British Columbia, Prince Edward Island, Saskatchewan, Alberta, and Newfoundland and Labrador. And the territories of Northwest Territories, Yukon, and Nunavut. And well, Canada, just like the other countries, have a government. Canada's electoral system is based upon a single-member constituencies. A political parties try to win a majority of seats in the general election to form a government. Canadian political parties function both nationally and locally. Federal, provincial, and Yukon Territory campaigning are parties contests in which candidates represent their political parties. Municipal and the territories of Northwest Territory and Nunavut campaign are contested by individuals, not by parties. The national party organization is dominated by the party's elected members, and the leaders become the first minister. The national party organization set policy and election strategy, and also organized with local associations. Canada have first minister for two levels of government. It means that all the province and Yukon have a provincial first minister. But as Canada is a federal government, just the leader of the political party with more votes will become the first minister of the country. To understand, it's like the president of the country. But Canada also is a country ruled by the crowd, but at this time just have legislative power. In my opinion, it's a little shameful for a country that is considered a world power like Canada. You can find all this information and more about how works political parties in the article Canadian Party System, wrote by William Christian and Harold Jansen, and updated by Andre McIntosh. Changing the topic, if you want to go to Canada, I think that you want to know a little facts about the country, more than the distribution and political. So I'm going to tell you about the most expected holidays of 2021. In Canada, like a lot of countries, the majority of people celebrate days that mean something for them. Canada have three kinds of holidays: national, federal, and province holidays. The national holidays is like the more important celebration or commemoration because the schools and a lot of business and organizations are closed these days. Canada have 5 national holidays. January 1st, they celebrate New Year, like I think all the world. On April 2nd, they celebrate the Good Friday, commemorating the date of Jesus. The July 1st is the Canada Day, celebrating the anniversary of the Canada Confederation, one of the most important steps for being an independent country. September 6th is Labor Day, in honor to the people who work for make Canada better. On December 27th, the country celebrates Christmas Day, the last national holidays. In all the world is in December 25, but Canada's people want to celebrate with a holiday in the week, because in 20 and 21, the 25th day is Saturday. The federal holidays are also important for the people, but the school, business, and organization doesn't rest. The most important federal holidays are 5. April 5 is Easter Monday, in commemorating Jesus' resurrections. August 2nd is the civic holidays. October 11th It's the Thanksgiving Days, celebrated also in the USA. November 11 is the Remembrance Day, for remember the people who died in the past wars. And December 28 is the Boxing Days, the days after Christmas. Some provinces of Canada also have their own holidays. To know them, I invite you to visit the national webpage canada-holidays.ca. Another topic that I would like to talk about is the way of the people have fun. So now I will tell you about sport, places and festivals. The popular sports in South America are very different compared to Canada. But for understand, we have to know that in Canada the weather is not even similar to Chile. To understand, Michelle Cadot in her published these 8 cities have been ranked best weather in Canada, which are the cities with the hottest temperatures in winter. In her publish, she mentioned that Toronto hotter winter's days is approximately 0.6 degrees Celsius. And also mentioned Montreal's winters have temperatures of minus 13 degrees Celsius. And these cities are the two most populated in the country. So, as we can understand, the routine of the people there is very different to the routine that we have in South America. No surprise that the most popular sport is related with ice or they are indoor sports, but this is because the weather. But also, sports like soccer or rugby are very popular. The blog Neoprime Sport mentioned that the 10 sports more popular in Canada on 2020 are 10 golf. What's very popular in Scotland? So the native people who emigrate to Canada play. The first golf club was founded in 1873 and was called Montreal Golf Club. The 9 is curling. It's very popular in the Prairie provinces and is the women's sport most televised. The 8 is basketball. It's an indoor game that was created by the Canadian James Naismith in 1891. The 7th sport is rugby. The rugby union has attracted over 13,000 senior players. The 6th is tennis because more than 1.7 million of people played more than 4 times in 2001. Cricket is the 5th sport. The Canadian teams are very competitive, especially the under-19 women teams. Baseball is the 4th more popular game because have been played since the beginning. The 3rd more popular game is soccer, as the rest of the world. The lacrosse is the 2nd game more populated in Canada, was declared a national sport in 1994 and is played by 1,000 of people. But the first place is ice hockey. Is the most popular sport in the country and the sport having been named as the official national sport in Canada. So if you travel to Canada, go to watch a game is a mandatory activity. Canada also have a national sport organization, and if you want to see how many sport is considered officially the official Canada page, canada.ca. But Canada have more than just sport attraction. Following, I am going to tell you about amazing places and amazing festivals that you must go if you travel to Canada. My top 10 attraction consists in a mix between tourist attraction and Festival of Canada, drawn from the blog Festival of Canada, 10 unmissable extravaganzas that will give celebration a new meaning in 2020. Rating by Gaurav Gupta, and 16 top-rated tourist attraction in Canada, rating by Lana Law. Just I want to make it clear that although they are extracted from these blogs, my top 10 is based only on my personal opinion. So let's go. Vancouver Island is situated in Tofino from British Columbia. It's one of the rugged west coasts, a magnificent scene of huge ancient trees, sandy covers, and dramatic shores reveals itself. That the reason is my number 10 of my top 10. My top 9 is Folklorama, has become a great symbol of Canada's multicultural society, security, and the diversity of the people of Canada. It celebrates the 1st and 2nd week of August in Manitoba. Canada Day celebration is my top 8 because it's like an 18th of September from the Chilean people, but they celebrate the 1st of July. Celebration of Light is my top 7 because they celebrate the life with fireworks and musical extravaganza. Take place between the end of July and the beginning of the August in Vancouver. My top 6 are Winterlude. It's a winter festival with ice sport, ice art, and cheerful music. Usually start the first week of February in Ottawa. The Bay of Fundy is my top 5. Located between New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, their most popular location are the Cliff and Rock Formation at Hopewell Cave, Fundy National Park, the Fundy Trail Parkway, and the Grand Manan Island. The Montreal Jazz Festival, my top 4. This is the biggest jazz festival in the world. Have a Guinness record for doing it. It is a 10-day musical festival in the city of Montreal. Takes place between the last week of June and the first week of July. Whistler is my top 3. Just a 2-hour drive from Vancouver is the famous ski resort and village. It has also developed into a popular summer destination with golf, mountain biking, a lively town atmosphere throughout the years. Niagara Falls is my top 2 attraction. Niagara Falls is Canada's most famous natural attraction, bringing millions of visitors each year. Located just over an hour's drive from Toronto, along the American border. These massive falls drop approximately 57 meters. But my first position is Banff National Park and the Rocky Mountain, located at the province of Alberta. It showcases some of Canada's most beautiful scenes. Turquoise-colored lakes, snow-capped peaks, and glaciers are all easily accessible in this stunning park. The jaw of the park is Lake Louisa, where the green waters reflect the surrounding mountains and glaciers. Banff is also a major winter sport area and home of Lake Louise Ski Resort and the Sunshine Village. And that's why my top 10 attractive. I hope you like it. So now, if you're interested to travel to the country, I'm going to tell you how you can do it. Well, if you live in Chile. First and all, at this time, you have to prove that you are negative in COVID-19 with an PCR or a LAMP test made 22 hours before getting on your flight. In a positive case, you cannot take your flight. But if you are negative, once you are in Canada, you must do a mandatory 14 days quarantine. Well, in case that you want to go to Canada from Chile just for visit and knowing the country, you only must have 2 documents, your passport and your electronic travel authorization or ETA, and you can go for 6 months at most. If you want your ETA, I will leave the link of the document in the video descriptions. In the case that you want to study in Canada, you can postulate to study visa, but for being eligible, you must meet with the following requirement. You must have been accepted by school, college, university, or other educational study. You must prove that you have enough money to pay for your tuition fees, living experience for yourself, and the return transportations. Also, you must provide a police certificate and be in good health. Is that you must satisfy an immigration officer that you will leave Canada at the end of your authorized state. And once you meet the requirement, you can travel to the country and study. Another way for studying in Canada is get a scholarship. At this moment, the UFRO has exclusively the emerging leaders in the American programs or ELAP scholarship for supporting. This scholarship is present in another universities of Chile and also is in another 14 countries of America. This scholarship provides students with short-term exchange opportunities for study or research at the undergraduate, graduate, and postgraduate levels. If you want to know how you can apply, check out the link at the description. Also, you can go to Canada for work with a special working holiday visa that is part of the International Mobility Program. This visa is temporary open work permit and has approximately 1 year of durability. The application process to the visa is a two-step process. The first step consists in creating your online profile. If you receive the invitation, you have to complete your information. The second step consists within 20 days after the invitation, you have to submitting your complete applications. For apply to the working holiday being a Chilean. For apply to the working holiday being a Chilean, you need your passport, being between 18 and 35 years old, 2,500 Canadian dollars to cover your initial expenses. You also must a health insurance, a round-trip ticket, or sufficient funds to cover one. And the last requirement is no dependent. It means no children. But in 2021 are not official information about this visa, but you can find more information about in the description of the video. It's a lot of information. My head is one word away from exploding, but now it's time for not thinking more. And make the big step, because do not exist another way for knowing a country than travel to the country. And I think that you are a little prepared to plan your trip after hearing all this. Remember that the links with all of this information, but details, you can find all in the description. To finish today's program, I just want to thank you to the teacher Lilian for all your tips, and to thank the assistant, especially to Rocio Gutierrez, for taking your time to writing to me. I really appreciate. So, nothing more to say. I hope you enjoyed your vacation, and Mati out.